Thank you so much for being here.
How are you?
If you could redo one thing Eric Garcetti did as mayor, what would it be and what would you do differently? And if there's one thing that Eric Garcetti did well that you want, what's one thing that you want to build on that he did well?
Well, let me start on the second question, and that's, of course, Eric Garcetti, the mayor, bringing the Olympics to Los Angeles in 2028. We will be on the international stage, but I'm concerned because we will be welcoming the world with encampments that are lining the streets, and that's not the city that I know and love. What I would do different as a leader in what Mayor Garcetti didn't do is he pretty much forgot about what was taking place on the ground level. He's a visionary. Transportation, fantastic check. Bringing the Olympics, absolutely. Raising the minimum wage, we supported. But he lost sight of what was happening on the ground. And when we had a no camping law, he watered down those protocols. Looking back 5 years from, looking back now over 5 years, the city is a mess.
Councilmember De Leon.
I think what Mayor Eric Garcetti did excellent, without a doubt, was move forward with LA 100, which is essentially Senate Bill 100, the measure that I wrote. It's accelerated 10 years in advance. Decarbonizing our grid, it's very antiquated, so we can reduce our carbon footprint as well as carbon dioxide equivalents. All that smog, that dirty air that our children breathe into our lungs every single day. That's why we have so many children in San Pedro, in Wilmington, in Watts, in Boyle Heights, South LA, Pacoima, and elsewhere, have those inhalers because they have to breathe all that dirty air because of tailpipe emissions. He did an excellent job. Without question, I believe, and you heard me very clearly and publicly, and he knows it as well, HHH. $1.2 billion principal as well as interest that we all as taxpayers have to pay for. The number of units that we have produced so far and the average cost around $650,000 going as high as $800,000. It is not sustainable. We have to be much more efficient and sustainable to provide much more housing for our unhoused neighbors in LA.
HHH was a measure passed in 2016 that was promising some 10,000 new units for $1 billion price tag. Congresswoman.
Positively, moving forward with transportation, I would agree with my colleague on climate change and HHH, but I think that a weakness was not seeing the problem of homelessness as the emergency that it actually is. I draw the analogy with a chronic disease. You know, like if you have a high blood pressure, you know you're going to have it forever and you're going to be taking medicine. But if it's an emergency, you go to it right away. I believe that we treated homelessness like a chronic disease, and then it metastasized and got out of control. Right. So that's what I would say. However, though, I do believe that when the Olympics comes in 2028, and I'm mayor, there won't be encampments.
Thank you very much. And of course, the Congresswoman mentioning her past as a nurse practitioner, you can see some of that experience there. Mr. Caruso.
Well, listen, thank you, Cassie, for the question. There's actually, I think there's a number of good things he did and a number of things that he should have done a lot better. But I do think the good thing that he did is he did put together a plan for 2035 for sustainability. And now the question is, are we going to hold the departments in this city accountable? We have career politicians that a lot of times set goals, but they never then worry about meeting them. I'm going to be a different mayor. Make sure we do that. The downside was crime and corruption. I mean, everybody in this city, at every corner of the city, no matter where you live, what your background is scared to walk out their doors, is worried about crime, is worried about your children going to school. Like I started to say the other day, I was in Watts the other day at St. Lawrence School, listening to those parents worry when the sun goes down what happens. Children that sleep on the floor because bullets go through the window. And it's all across the city. We should have never let crime get out of control. And we have so much corruption inside of City Hall, very difficult to clean up a problem when you can't clean up yourself.
City Attorney.
Hey, Cassie, great question. So what the mayor did well was to put us on a path towards sustainability with regard to water and energy and transportation. But I mentioned earlier, it took a lot of frustration to get me to write a piece in the newspaper that said we have the equivalent of that natural disaster and homelessness and nobody is in charge. And that is something, again, that I think should have happened then. It should be happening yesterday. Should be happening tomorrow. It'll happen my first day as mayor.